When did being a regular person become not good enough? Like, I am so serious. Why is everyone online acting like you're not a millionaire by 25, meditating at 5 a.m., running five businesses, you're failing in life? Like, I am so done with this concept. Like, can we talk about this? Because I am over it. I don't know if anybody else is over it, but I am so over it. And today, I'm taking a stand, okay? I am taking a stand in normalizing something revolutionary, and that is being normal. Like, when and why is that just not enough anymore? Today's topic is a reality check. I think for all of us, we all really need to talk about this because somewhere along the way, social media convinced us that being normal is boring or wrong. Okay, and I have an issue, like, me being someone who is a content creator and I create this content, and I have definitely fallen into the mindset of being normal is not okay as well for a while, and then I snapped out of it. Something just hit me and was like, girl, what are you doing? Why? Like, why isn't this enough? Why do I have to be perfect? And the truth of the matter is, I can't accomplish this perfection that I am after, right? Like, why, And honestly, the obsession with being extraordinary all the time is so exhausting. And I don't know if it's exhausting to anybody else. It's exhausting, it's unrealistic, and honestly, it's so toxic for us all. It's time to let go of the pressure of being like exceptional 24/7. How do we reclaim the beauty of ordinary life again? Because I think there's such a peaceful beauty to that life that we have let go as a society. Okay, so let's get one thing straight, right? One thing I think we need to definitely get straight, and that is the constant push to be extraordinary at all times. Like, this really needs to chill and take it's because it's such a trap, right? It is such a trap. Social media sells us this idea that we need to have the perfect body, the perfect dream life, the perfect job at all times, this Pinterest worthy house, this amazing aesthetics. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything is wrong with having a clean house or having a clean background, but I think it's something wrong when we constantly try to live up to this idea that is unrealistic. Like, for me, I'm gonna give you an example. I have kids and they are messy. Like, they're going to mess up the space. Sometimes you can see there'll be stuff in my bed, or there'll be stuff around because I have kids. And like, to pretend like my life is perfect and oh my goodness, I'm not saying, like, I do clean up my background. I do try my best to make sure I have a nice background, but it's not perfect. And I think that a lot of times we fall into this trap thinking that we have to be this way 24/7. We see a glimpse of someone's life and think that this is their life all the time, and it's not the case. And so we fall into this mindset that says, I have to live this life at all times, and it's not the case. I mean, and when we try to live up to that, we just get so exhausted, overwhelmed, and we start to feel like a failure when we're not. Most people where you're comparing yourself to, like, they have curated lives, and what you're seeing is 10% of reality and 90% of like a highlighted reel, something that a highlight of their life. It is not their life 24/7. Being extraordinary or extraordinary has become a brand, not a reality. And the more we chase it, the more we lose sight of the joy of everyday life, in everyday life. Like, we completely lose sight. I really had to check myself because this was totally me. Like, I had completely lost sight of just the joy of everyday life. I was so busy chasing a reality, chasing this unrealistic reality, and it was so exhausting, and it just took the pleasure and the peace away from life. Here's a thought. What if being normal isn't boring, right? What if it's actually beautiful and we miss out on that? Think about this. The joy of sipping your favorite coffee in the morning, like, that is joyful and that is okay to do, right? And it doesn't always look pretty. Like, a cup of coffee is a cup of coffee, and you may not have the beautiful clear mug, but hey, you put it in your cute little, your cute mug that you got from 99-cent store. Nothing is wrong with that. Laughing with your friends over the dumbest jokes, like coming home to a cozy space after a long day. Like, it doesn't have to be the most aesthetically pleasing, but it's cozy and it's comfortable and it's yours. Like, these little things aren't boring. And I'm so tired of social media making it seem like it has to look and be perfect at all times. Like, it's life. The real magic happens in the moment we often overlook because we're too busy chasing something bigger, something better. So let's stop glamorizing burnout, because that's what we're doing, right? We glamorize this thing. I sat in a group full of very busy, very business minded women, and I was so happy to be in that group. And as I listened to them talk, like, they were so proud of their burnout. Like, it was insane. I was like, what the heck? Like, this right here is a culture. This is the culture that has created depression and anxiety for us all. Like, this is it, because we're so busy going, oh yeah, like, I barely have time to sleep. I barely this. I run 4 businesses. I do this. And it's like, we're so proud of how much we have on our plate. Like, we rejoice because we have these overly full plates and we have no space for it. Like, this is something that we brag about. Burnout is not a flex. Like, that is not a flex. You know what's a flex to me? Self-care. Like, I took care of myself today. Like, I relaxed today. Like, you know, like, that is such just a joy. Like, not overdoing it. Not, you know, like, always feel like you have to overachieve. Always feel like you have to go extra. Always feel like you have to chase the image that society has laid out for you. Let's talk about it. What happens when you buy into the extraordinary myth? You're consistently chasing the next big thing. That's what happens, right? More money, more success, more validation, and it's never enough. It doesn't matter how much to the top you make it, it's never enough if that is the thing you're chasing. If it's not because this is my vision, this is what I'm called to do, like a call-in versus I am just chasing the thing that appears to be this, right? Like, it needs to have a real reason. I'm not saying that it's wrong to chase your dreams, because, as you know, this channel is, you know, majority about my channel is about you living out your dream life and being the person that you were meant to be, being your best version of yourself, and whatever that means. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I think that it is so important that we do not do this for an aesthetic. Right? Like, right now we live in a society that is all about aesthetic. Everything is about how it looks and how it seems, and everything is a freaking illusion. And it's like, what is real and what is not? And I think that is so important that you chase the real. What makes it so tiring too to chase the aesthetic is the goalpost keeps moving. Every other like week there's a new theme. There's a new like trend. I remember one point it was just all white, and then it was like, you know, like, everything needed to be white. Like, everything needed to be white. And then it became, and I'm not saying, like, you can see my background, I love, like, no true colors. But if you see me on my channel, for the most part, I'm wearing black and white. Like, and it's because I am just not I'm just not that type of person. Like, I go for simple because I don't have time to think about it. And if my closet is, like, full of neutrals, I don't have to think about anything. Everything matches. Like, I just, you know, and that's me. But if you're chasing it because, like, I really love color. If you're a girl out there who's like, I really love color, but it's not the theme right now, I'm just gonna go for neutral because that's what's in, then that's an issue. Like, if you're not a neutral girly and you love freaking like pink, red, orange, like you love those browns and, you know, pretty beautiful colors like that, like vibrant colors, and you know how to match it and you know what you're doing, because I don't. But if you do, then be her, and that is 100% okay to be her. Okay, the goalpost keeps moving, and that is my biggest issue. When you tie your self-worth to how extraordinary appears, you'll always feel like you're falling short, because it changes every other day. Break free of this, because it is time for us to break free of this. Okay, we gotta stop this nonsense. Like, how do we break free of this? Here's what you do. Okay, 1, practice gratitude. Instead of like always focusing on the lack or what you do not have, you got to start focusing on the things that you do have in life. What do you have? Appreciate what you do have. And then unfollow the noise. If someone's content makes you feel like you're not enough, or that your life isn't perfect, or you're always missing out, like, it's time to just hit the unfollow button. And it's not a hater move. You're not hating on them by hitting the unfollow button. You're protecting your peace, your energy. You're protecting your own self-being. Like, and then I want you to celebrate the small wins. Like, let me just say, like, small wins matter. Like, I don't care how insignificant you think they are, like, they matter. Celebrate your small wins. Celebrate the things that you have. Celebrate the people in your life. Like, and stop romanticizing someone else's life. I'm so serious, because you don't know their real life. You know the highlighted part. You don't know the argument that the couple just had in the car before they took that picture or they got on YouTube and post that video. You don't know what they're really going through, right? So please stop. I used to hate when I posted a picture of me and my husband and people used to say goals, because for me, like, you don't know us, like, and don't get me wrong, I love my hubby, you know, high school sweetheart, but our relationship, we've gone through it. Like, we've been together since we were kids, so of course we've experienced some things, and it's just like, you don't know my life. I'm okay if I inspire you, that's good, but don't let me be your goalpost. Like, don't, like, be your own goalpost. Create that for yourself. Just want like I said, I'm okay with being people's inspiration, but I am not goals. I don't want to be goals, okay? Because you don't know my life and I don't know your life. So we have to really stop overly romanticizing other people's lives. Because what you see online isn't the full picture. Trust me, it isn't. It's okay to live a life that doesn't look Instagram worthy, that isn't aesthetically pleasing 24/7. It is okay. I'd argue that where real happiness lies is in the realness of life. Okay, in the unaesthetic, in the ugly, honestly, in the just messy. Like, that's where real happiness is just whatevs. Like, I have the best time when I'm not focused on getting Instagram content or TikTok content or content, period. Like, I have the best times when I'm just like having a time and I'm focused and I'm in it and I'm present. So, like, anyway, here's a takeaway. You don't need to be extraordinary to be valuable, loved, fulfilled. Being normal isn't a failure. Like, you're not a failure. It's human life. And also start living in the beauty of an unfiltered reality. Okay, like, it is okay, an unfiltered reality. Be real, be yourself, and because normal is enough. Okay, if this message was for you, definitely feel free to thumbs this video up and go ahead and subscribe to your girl's channel.